The next natural resource is water resource. As you know, children, how much percentage of earth surface is covered with water? About 71% of the earth surface is covered with water. Among the 71%, only 3% is the fresh water. In this fresh water also, human beings can use only 1% water, which can be used for the farming and other uses. Rest 2% lies in the saline. It is in the oceans and seas. Actually, last year when we have seen two movies, Arctic and Antarctic. Okay, in those two movies, we can observe that the water was in the form of icebergs, which was converted into the which was slowly converted into the because of the pollution, it was converted into the water, and because of that the water pollution has caused a lot of damage. Okay, so now there is a lot, as because of the increasing population, has given the increased demands for the fresh water. Okay, now as we know that the water is getting polluted. How is the water getting polluted? Because of the use of because of the industrial waste which is getting entered into the water bodies. Okay, and the second one is pollution. You can see in the urban rural areas, the water source which is available in the urban rural area, it is used for all the needs. In the rural areas, the water resource is used for all the needs, like washing the cattle and drinking water. It is used as for the washing the clothes and other things. Okay, so now that is the reason for the pollution of water. And the third one is deforestation. Deforestation is the main cause for the lack of fresh water. Now, as the trees are being cut down, there is no proper rain. Where in the actual season, the rainy season, the amount of rainfall which was used to be in the previous years, it is not the same when you compare. Why? Because as the population is growing up, the people are cutting down the trees and they are constructing their industries and factories and the houses to fulfill their needs. So because of that reason, deforestation is getting done, but not the afforestation. Because of which the rainwater is not there, and when the rain is not there, the level of the underground water is coming down day by day. So that is the main cause. This is the main cause which is leading for the shortage of water availability. Now, can we conserve water? Yes, we can conserve water. Now, generally, if you see in the farms, like the most thing as a student, watch what you need to do. What is your first duty? In your homes, when your parents or when your elders or when your younger people are wasting the water, so what is the first thing you will do? By saving the water. Like how? By closing the taps when it is not needed. Then second one is by afforestation, by planting the trees, by planting more and more trees. And the third one is the main place where the water is used the most is the farming, agricultural use. Okay, there we have to use the sprinklers. So when these sprinklers are used, what will happen? The water will not get wasted. The soil will not get eroded, and the soil will get moist of the water, and the water will also not get wasted. So these are few ways through which we can conserve the water resources. Government is also taking a lot of measures to conserve the water resources. but we as the citizens of India and we as the people, human beings, it is our duty to conserve our natural resource. Okay, now coming to the last natural resource, that is natural vegetation and wildlife, which is one of the most useful natural resource. Okay, now you can see there are three realms of the atmosphere, hydrosphere. Okay, so this is hydrosphere, atmosphere, lithosphere. Okay, the place where these three meet, this place is called as this is the biosphere. This is the place where the natural vegetation, the trees, wildlife, and the human beings interact with each other. Okay, there is another name for this one. What is it called as? Ecosystem. Ecosystem is the place where the three spheres of the earth come together and interact with each other for their livelihood. Here you can understand that in the biosphere, the plants, animals, and human beings are interdependent on each other. Let us take an example. Now, from plants, what do we get from trees? We get wood. Okay, we get fodder for our animals. Yeah, we get furniture, and we get fruits, vegetables, leafy vegetables, cotton, and many more. From animals, what do we get? We get fiber. Then we get what you call milk. We get wool. Okay, and now if you can see that human beings are depending on these milk, wool, and other things to come to satisfy their needs. In the same way, animals are depending on the plants for the wood, fodder, and plants in return, human beings have to plant the trees so that it can be grown, and they have to take care of the plants. If there is no one to take care, you can see that there are n number of species in the plant. There are n number of plant species, but are all the species important? Are all the species useful? No. There are some species which are useful, which are very much useful for us. One are in other way. Okay. So this is one. Now, coming to the natural vegetation. Now, what is our gun? Now, do you think that is our natural vegetation same all over the world or all over the India? No, it's not the same. When you see the types of, there are many different kinds of trees. There are tropical evergreen, temperate evergreen, tropical deciduous, temperate deciduous, shrubs are there, deserts are there, many are there. Okay, there are different types of crops which are grown in different kinds of forests. Each forest has its own peculiarity. Okay, now and in the same way, when it comes to the wildlife also, there are certain places, certain species of animals are very rare and found in certain areas. When it comes to the Bengal tiger, it is where can you find? It is mainly found in Sundarban forest. Okay, so this is what the main example. Okay, like you can see the kangaroo. It is found in Australia. It can't be found anywhere. Okay, in the same way, when it comes to the forest also, there are certain species of plants which are found in only those forests. Certain forests are peculiar for those species. Okay, now it is essential and it is very much important on our part to save this natural vegetation and wildlife. Natural vegetation, if we are not conserving our natural vegetation, what will happen in the future? There will be no rains, and if there are no rains, then there will be no food, there will be no livelihood. Okay, farmers mostly in India, farmers mostly depend on the rains for their agricultural farming. When if the proper rains are not there, they can't get the water and we can't get the food. How can we now if, most of the rains are depending on the natural vegetation. Okay, now even our government is also taking government of different countries are taking lots of steps, like they are developing the wildlife sanctuaries. They are wildlife sanctuaries are there, zoo parks are there, bird sanctuaries are there for safe conserving the wildlife, and they have taken many policies like Van Mahotsav and other policies to conserve the natural vegetation. Okay, so in this way we need to save our, this is our part, this is our duty to save the natural resources like land, water, soil, natural vegetation and wildlife. Thank you, students. టెన్ మినిట్స్ అయిందా? అంతేనా? నువ్వు అయిపోయింది అయిపోయిందని ఎందుకు చూపిస్తున్నావు మరి? 10 minutes అయింది.